guys, quick video this evening. I'm going to be trying out two things that I brought back from the UK. I'm going to be trying out the food grater from Gloucester, and I'm going to try and make coffee on the stove using the plate extenders that I bought. So let's see if either of these are any good. Okay, so tonight I'm going to make a stir fry with Chinese cabbage and aubergine, and I thought that this would be a good time to try out my little food grater that I picked up in Gloucester. So let's see if that works. And I've also just bought some garlic that's still in its peel, because this is supposed to de-peel it. And I'm skeptical, but I want to see if it does. So let's see whether or not the GrateMate is as good as it looks. You're supposed to dip it in water or olive oil before you start, just to dampen it. Might have to pour it on and then pour it out again. So there we go. And now it's ready for use. This is how I usually peel garlic, is I top and tail it. So I take the top off and the bottom off like that. And then I score it down the centre. And then just using the edge of the knife, I just peel the garlic. And the whole thing generally just comes straight off. This one's being a little bit stubborn, but often it just rolls around and comes straight off. I think these are quite old garlic cloves, so I think that's why it's not doing it so well, but there we go, it just comes straight off. Using a nail also works. Let's try one more. So top, oh, and tail. Oh, it's already just coming straight off. Score it down the middle and then just pick it and it comes off. So that's usually how I'm peeling garlic. So if there is an easier way to do it, I would like to know. According to the demonstration, I think you just put the clove of garlic inside the tube and then you're supposed to roll it back and forth like that. I don't know for how long, but then it's supposed to come out. Oh my goodness me. It's supposed to come out without the skin. That absolutely totally worked. Let's do that again. Okay, I'm slightly in shock. I was not expecting it to be like that efficient. Okay, let's put another one in, slightly smaller one. And yeah, pretty much totally worked again. That is insanely effective. It's like a slightly sticky rubber tube. I am in awe and shock at the moment. That is pretty damn incredible and more efficient than my previous method. So, highly recommend this. Okay, so here we go for the main event. I'll just make sure it's definitely damp again. It feels very serrated, very sharp. So I'm a bit worried about my fingers actually. All I'm doing is rubbing the garlic back and forth, and it's making really, really short work of that. That's quite impressive. Oh, that's 2 cloves. Got to be a bit careful with your fingers, I think. 3 cloves. Yeah, it's hard to get right down to the very bottom, but I guess you can just sort of chop that. 4 cloves. I do like garlic. Okay, so it's a little bit slippery, and I feel like I'm a bit worried about my fingers, but I wonder if I can just kind of press that with the spoon. Maybe not. No, it doesn't really work. So it does leave a little bit of chunkiness, but I'm good with that. Let's try it on the ginger, which is a lot harder to grate. Nope, it has no problem with that at all. I'm having trouble keeping my camera still, but yeah, it's absolutely grating that, no worries. Yeah. Oh, it works even better if you go round in circles, because there's a spiral in the middle of it, and it's doing a really good job of that. I'm a little bit worried about my fingers. And then they give you a neat little brush, and you can just brush everything to the edge of the bowl. Again, if you follow the spiral, brings everything to the edge of the bowl. So that's my ginger and my garlic all ready to put in my stir fry. That is quite impressive. So yeah, if you don't count the rice, this is literally a 5-minute dish. It's incredibly easy to make. Let's just see how it tastes. Get a bit of the rice and the cabbage. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, that's good. Garlicky, very garlicky. A little bit of ginger coming through there. Sweet, spicy. Those little red chili flakes, they look angry, but they're actually pretty mild. They're nice. You know, they just add a nice little bit of underheating to whatever you're eating. That was a terrible rhyme. Yeah, it's good. So easy to make. Oh my God, look at me sweating. It's like still in the 20s at the moment. Let me just check. What's the weather? So it's currently 7:30 at night and it's still 26 degrees. So, whew, yeah, I probably shouldn't be eating a hot meal. I should be eating ice cream. So I'm gonna finish eating this and probably watch some Netflix. Morning guys, so spurred on by the success of yesterday's food grater, I think today I'm going to attempt to make a moka. So let's see whether or not either of these are going to solve my hot plate issue. And right off the bat, I think I can confidently say, no, they're not going to. I think that the gap in my hob is just way too big for either of these to bridge. Not expecting that to fit. I did not think that that would fit. Oh my goodness, I was definitely not expecting that. You know when you're holding something in your hand and you're looking at the thing in front of you and you're just thinking, yeah, that's not going to work. I'm amazed it did. But I've still got a big question about this, is why do companies make hot plates like this? Because even when I've got a small pot, it's unstable with such short little, I don't know what you call those pieces that come out, short little feet, I don't know. And this is a Ramtons, which is a brand that I usually quite like because I used to have a Ramtons washing machine and it lasted me for 5 years without a single complaint. So I'm a big fan of things that last for a long time. This hot plate has lasted me probably almost a decade now. So I like things that last a long time, and Ramtons do, but I just don't understand why they design it like that. I mean, would it kill you just to put a couple of extra inches on those feet? Anyway, I'm going to try making a moka now. It's been a while, I'm not sure if I can remember how. Oh, there's a tiny bit of steam coming out. I can hear it percolating. Oh, here we go. There's the steam coming out. And when the steam stops, the coffee should be ready. I can certainly smell coffee. I'm going to turn that off. And I think that's probably done. Let's take a little peek inside. Yeah, there's the coffee. Hey! So I like a tiny bit of honey in my coffee and a dash of milk. So I'm just going to pour the coffee in, give that a little stir, add a dash of milk. I would use cream if I could get any, but there we go. That's my tiny, tiny miniature little coffee. It's miniature, it's tiny, but it is coffee. Quite strong coffee. All right, guys, so it might have taken an entire year, but I can now use my moka. Ooh, that's good. That is good. That's very strong. It's stronger than I'm used to. But with the honey and the milk, it's lovely. Tiny little thing. Definitely a breakfast drink. Hooray.